Beneath the limestone walls of St. Catherine's Convent in Savannah, Georgia, lies a sealed chapel that hasn't been opened since 1749. Local historians know why. Behind those locked doors, investigators discovered 23 pages of correspondence the Catholic Church tried desperately to destroy, letters describing something impossible, something that could shatter every religious foundation of colonial America. The story begins with Sister Marie-Thérèse Leclerc, a 51-year-old nun known across New France and the southern colonies for her relentless enforcement of chastity and obedience. She was the last woman anyone would expect to break a vow, yet she became pregnant, and her declaration shocked the entire colony. The child's father, she claimed, was not a priest or a secret lover, but a 17-year-old enslaved boy named Thomas, property of the convent itself. But Sister Marie-Thérèse did not hide in shame or beg for forgiveness. She stood before her congregation and announced her pregnancy as a divine miracle proof, she said, that God had chosen her for a higher purpose. The year was 1748, and Savannah was still a city wrestling with its own identity. Founded only 15 years earlier as a utopian experiment that banned both slavery and alcohol, it had already betrayed its ideals. Along the riverbanks, rice plantations stretched for miles, powered by the labor of hundreds of enslaved Africans. The city's churches, Baptist, Presbyterian, Anglican, and Catholic, competed for influence, each claiming to be the colony's moral center. Amid this religious tension, St. Catherine's Convent stood as a sanctuary of purity and power. Established in 1742 by French missionaries, it served as a retreat for wealthy women, a school for their daughters, and the administrative hub for the church's growing landholdings. When Sister Marie-Thérèse arrived from Quebec 7 years earlier, she was already legendary. Her superiors called her incorruptible, a woman of iron faith. At 44, she was brought to Savannah to restore order to St. Catherine's, which had developed a reputation for leniency. Her reforms were immediate and absolute. She imposed strict silence, enforced confession 3 times a week, and created a disciplinary committee that investigated even whispers of sin. The younger sisters feared her, the measured rhythm of her footsteps in the corridor, the way her pale, gray eyes seemed to see through stone. She ruled through quiet precision, not cruelty, and she missed nothing. Among the convent's enslaved workers was Thomas, a 17-year-old boy unlike any other in Georgia. Purchased from a Charleston auction 3 years earlier, he carried with him a forbidden gift: literacy. His former owner, a merchant deep in debt, had secretly taught him to read and write. At St. Catherine's, his education made him valuable. He maintained the convent's records, copied sacred texts, and handled correspondence between the sisters and the church hierarchy. He was everywhere and nowhere at once, moving silently through places where no man was supposed to walk: the chapel at dawn, the library at dusk, the narrow halls between prayer and sleep. And though no one dared speak it aloud, Sister Marie-Thérèse noticed him. She noticed the care with which he handled the pages of Scripture, the way he lowered his eyes when addressed, the intelligence that flickered behind his quiet demeanor. For a woman whose entire life had been built on denial, that small recognition was dangerous. But what happened next, what those sealed letters describe, suggests something far stranger than forbidden love, because what began as scandal soon spiraled into fear. The child Sister Marie-Thérèse carried would not only challenge her vows, it would threaten the power structure of the church itself. The archdiocese moved swiftly to silence the story, but the letters they couldn't burn told the truth, that something unexplainable occurred inside St. Catherine's, something that terrified even the priests sent to investigate. For nearly 3 centuries, the chapel where it happened has remained sealed, its entrance bricked, its existence unacknowledged in church records. And those 23 pages of forbidden correspondence, now locked in a private archive, are the only evidence that one woman's miracle might have been something the church was never prepared to face.